You know, we spend so much time talking about the grand gestures in relationships, the big romantic surprises, the over-the-top confessions, the dramatic moments that Hollywood loves to show us. But what we often miss are the small, subtle things, the little moments, almost unnoticeable, that can completely capture a man's heart without a single word. Today, I want to show you something powerful. It's not always about what you say sometimes. It's in the way you look at him when he's talking, the way you laugh without holding back, or the way you touch his arm when you're excited, because these tiny moments, they matter more than you think. They create a feeling, and attraction, real, deep attraction, is a feeling, not a checklist. There's something undeniably magnetic about a woman who can get excited over the small things. It's not just about the moment itself. It's about what that excitement represents. When a woman lights up because of a simple pleasure, a beautiful sunset, her favorite song coming on unexpectedly, or a random compliment, it taps into something deeply attractive to a man. Why? Because that kind of joy is pure. It's unfiltered. It isn't about trying to impress anyone. It's about being fully present in the moment and allowing herself to feel. That kind of presence is rare, and men are drawn to it without even knowing why. When a woman gets excited over something small, she sends a message. I find beauty in the everyday. I'm emotionally alive. I don't need everything to be perfect to find something worth celebrating. That's powerful. Most people are constantly chasing something bigger, better, or more impressive. But the woman who can appreciate the little things shows a grounded sense of gratitude and awareness. She creates a bubble of positive energy that naturally pulls others in, including men. It also says something about her emotional availability. Men are often taught to hide emotion, to suppress excitement or vulnerability. When they see a woman freely expressing both, it gives them permission to do the same. It's like a signal that says, "You're safe to feel things around me." That's more attractive than any outfit or carefully crafted line. Because emotional safety is rare, and when a man feels it, even in subtle ways, he wants to stay close to it. There's also a childlike charm in seeing someone so thrilled by something most people would overlook. Maybe she gets ridiculously happy when her favorite food arrives at the table. Or maybe her face lights up when she talks about a childhood memory, or spots a cute dog on the street. It's in these moments that her guard drops. She's not trying to impress. She's not overthinking. She's just being. And that authenticity is irresistible. Men notice these moments more than they let on. They may not verbalize it, but it registers. It makes them want to make her smile like that again. It makes them feel needed, appreciated, and capable of creating happiness. And when a man feels like he contributes to a woman's happiness, he becomes emotionally invested. That's the secret most people miss. It's not about always dazzling someone. It's about letting them feel like they matter to you in real, everyday ways. That's what this excitement over the small things creates. It's not just a cute quirk. It's a deeper emotional dynamic that draws someone in and makes them feel more connected. There's a special kind of charm in playful teasing, especially when it's done with a smile that says, "I like you." It's not about putting someone down or trying to assert control. It's about that delicate balance of confidence and affection. When a woman teases a man in a light, fun, and cheeky way, it sparks a dynamic that's filled with energy and chemistry. It keeps things unpredictable. It shows she's comfortable in her own skin, that she doesn't need to tiptoe or overthink every word, and that she's willing to bring a little fun into the moment without taking things too seriously. Playful teasing often brings out the best in a man. It gives him the opportunity to respond, to engage, to flirt back. It creates a sense of challenge, and most men enjoy a little bit of that. It activates the part of them that likes to pursue, to win someone over, to be kept on their toes. But the key here is subtlety. It's not about being sarcastic or cold. It's about the warmth behind the teasing, the smile that lets him know it's all in good fun, that she's enjoying the connection just as much as he is. When done right, teasing is a form of emotional intimacy. It's a signal that you've reached a level of comfort where you can be playful without fear of being misunderstood. It suggests there's trust, that you know each other well enough to poke a little fun and still feel respected. It's not about creating insecurity. It's about strengthening the bond through laughter and shared moments. And when a woman teases with that sparkle in her eyes, it's incredibly attractive. It's a form of flirtation that feels personal, intentional, and real. This kind of teasing also reveals a woman's sense of humor, and humor is one of the most attractive qualities anyone can have. It shows intelligence, creativity, and confidence. A woman who can playfully tease shows that she's not just looking for someone to impress her. She's also someone who can hold her own. That makes the interaction feel more balanced. It's not one person trying to win the other over. It's two people dancing with each other, exchanging energy in a way that builds tension and connection. Men often remember the women who made them laugh, who challenged them in a fun, light-hearted way, who didn't just nod and agree, but who responded with wit and personality. It's these small moments of teasing that can build attraction quietly but powerfully. They create a dynamic that's hard to forget because it stands out from the ordinary. It's flirtation without pressure, interest without overexposure. It gives just enough while still leaving something to be curious about. That's what keeps a man thinking about her long after the moment is over. There's something incredibly attractive about a woman's genuine, unfiltered laugh. It's not rehearsed, it's not polite, and it's definitely not reserved. It's real. When a woman laughs from her core, in a moment where she's completely caught up in joy, it creates a powerful emotional ripple. It lights up her face, relaxes her energy, and disarms the people around her. Men are especially drawn to this kind of expression, not because it's loud or showy, but because it's so authentically human. It's a glimpse into who she is when she's not trying to impress anyone. And that glimpse can be magnetic. A genuine laugh is often unexpected, and that's what makes it so powerful. In a world where so many interactions feel filtered and cautious, hearing someone let go and laugh with complete freedom is refreshing. It shows that she's not afraid to feel joy, that she's in the moment, that she's present and engaged. And that kind of presence is something men crave, even if they don't consciously realize it. It's rare to meet someone who isn't holding back, who can allow herself to feel something so openly, and that's what makes it stand out. That laugh doesn't just create attraction, it creates comfort. When a man sees a woman laugh like that, it puts him at ease. It tells him that she's not trying to manage the moment or overanalyze how she's being perceived. It gives him permission to relax, to open up, to stop performing. In a way, her laughter becomes contagious, not just in sound, but in energy. It signals that she's safe to be around, fun to talk to, and fully alive. That aliveness is a kind of beauty that no makeup or styling can match. There's also a sense of vulnerability in unfiltered laughter. It's an emotional release that we can't fake. And for men who are drawn to emotional connection even if they don't admit it, this vulnerability is deeply appealing. It makes them feel like they're witnessing something intimate, something she wouldn't share with just anyone. That moment of authenticity creates a bridge. It takes the connection from surface level to something more meaningful, even if it starts with something silly. It also reveals her sense of humor, her playfulness, and her ability to find joy in everyday life. That's an incredibly attractive quality, especially to someone who's looking for more than just chemistry. It shows resilience, a lightness of spirit, and the ability to turn ordinary moments into something special. A woman who laughs easily is often a woman who sees beauty in life, who knows how to bring joy into a relationship, and who can turn even the hardest days into something bearable just by being herself. That laugh can echo in a man's memory long after the conversation ends. It stays with him because it wasn't about trying to be liked. It was about being real. And real is always what leaves a mark. Affectionate touch, when it comes naturally and without hesitation, can say more than words ever could. It's not about grand physical gestures or overt flirtation. It's about those subtle, almost subconscious moments where connection becomes physical in a soft and meaningful way. When a woman gently places her hand on a man's arm while laughing, brushes a speck of lint off his shirt, or gives a light squeeze on the shoulder during a moment of encouragement, it creates a powerful shift in the energy between them. It communicates care, interest, warmth, and familiarity, all without needing to say a thing. For many men, physical touch is a love language they deeply respond to, even if they don't always express it openly. These small, affectionate gestures register as signals of comfort and emotional intimacy. They show that she's present in the moment, not guarded, and comfortable enough to express herself through her body in a natural way. That kind of comfort is rare and deeply attractive. It tells him that the space between them isn't something she's protecting, it's something she's willing to bridge, and that creates a unique sense of closeness. There's also a certain kind of softness in affectionate touch that makes it unforgettable. It's tender, it's gentle, it's never forced or calculated. When it comes from a place of genuine emotion, it feels personal. It makes a man feel special, noticed, and even grounded. In a world where so many interactions feel rushed or superficial, that small moment of physical connection can anchor him. It creates a memory, a feeling, a moment where time seems to slow down. These kinds of gestures also build trust. When a woman touches a man in a way that feels easy and sincere, it makes him feel safe with her emotionally and physically. It subtly tells him that she's emotionally available, that she isn't holding herself at a distance. That matters more than people realize, because many men are used to relationships where affection is withheld, conditional, or performative. So when they encounter real, effortless touch, it becomes a symbol of authenticity. Affectionate touch also creates a private world between two people. It can happen in a crowded room, yet feel completely personal. That small graze of fingers or a comforting pat on the back communicates a message that no one else hears. It builds a kind of intimacy that words often can't reach. It's a reminder that chemistry isn't just about what's said or how someone looks. It's about how someone makes you feel. And that feeling, born from a simple touch, can linger in the heart long after the moment has passed. It's in these quiet, tactile expressions that attraction often deepens. Not in the dramatic, movie, scene kisses, but in the gentle reassurance of a hand, the softness of a spontaneous hug, the calm in shared physical closeness. These moments speak directly to a man's nervous system, telling him he's valued, appreciated, and emotionally connected without ever needing to hear the words. Mirroring is one of those subtle, subconscious behaviors that can create a surprisingly strong sense of connection between two people. When a woman begins to reflect a man's energy, his words, or his body language, it taps into a psychological principle that makes people feel understood, seen, and emotionally in sync. Most of the time, it's not even something she's doing intentionally. It happens naturally when she's genuinely engaged and emotionally aligned with the person she's talking to. And for a man, this can be incredibly attractive, not because it's flashy or dramatic, but because it creates a sense of harmony that feels effortless. When a woman mirrors a man's gestures, posture, or even the rhythm of his speech, it subtly tells him, "I'm connected to you. I'm with you in this moment." It creates an emotional resonance that most people don't know how to explain, they just feel it. That feeling of being emotionally matched is powerful. It makes conversations feel smoother, interactions feel warmer, and attraction feel deeper. It's as if both people are dancing to the same rhythm without having to choreograph the steps. It's not just about physical mirroring either. When a woman reflects a man's words back to him, using similar language, acknowledging his emotions, or engaging with his ideas in a way that feels intuitive, it makes him feel heard. And feeling heard is one of the most attractive emotional experiences a person can have. It's validating. It builds trust. It lowers his defenses and makes him want to open up more. That kind of emotional safety, created through subtle reflection, becomes a key foundation for deeper connection. Mirroring also signals emotional intelligence. It shows that a woman is not just talking at someone, but really tuned in. She's paying attention, reading cues, and responding in a way that matches the emotional tone of the interaction. That responsiveness creates flow in the conversation. It reduces awkwardness, increases engagement, and often leads to moments of unspoken understanding. Those moments when you both smile at the same time or finish each other's thoughts. Those are the moments that make people feel close, even early on. There's also a playful side to mirroring. Sometimes it shows up in teasing, in joking, or in gently throwing his words back at him with a smile. When this happens, it's flirtatious in a way that feels intelligent and lighthearted. It invites him into a dynamic where he doesn't feel like he's being evaluated or judged. He feels like he's being met. And when a man feels like he's being met at his level, emotionally and energetically, it creates mutual respect. He's not just attracted, he's intrigued. The beauty of mirroring lies in its subtlety. It doesn't try to take over the moment or draw attention to itself. It simply builds rapport in a way that feels seamless and natural. When a woman reflects a man's energy back to him with warmth and presence, it speaks to something deeper than just attraction. It speaks to connection, chemistry, and mutual understanding. Vulnerability is one of the most misunderstood yet deeply attractive traits a woman can express. When a woman allows herself to be seen, not the curated, perfect version of herself, but the real one, it creates a powerful emotional shift. It shows strength, not weakness. It reveals a level of confidence that says, "I trust myself enough to show you who I am." And for many men, that openness is disarming in the most beautiful way. It invites them into a space that feels real, intimate, and authentic. It's not about dramatizing emotions or oversharing, but about letting down the walls just enough to say, "This is me." What makes this so attractive is how rare it is. Most people are taught to hide their imperfections, to be guarded, to maintain control. So when a woman shows that she's comfortable being human, that she can admit when she's nervous, when something touches her heart or when she doesn't have it all figured out. It sets her apart. It makes the interaction feel safe. It breaks the illusion of perfection and replaces it with connection. Men don't fall for perfection. They fall for real. They fall for the woman who isn't afraid to be emotionally honest, even if it's just in small, subtle ways. There's a unique beauty in watching someone allow their true feelings to surface. When a woman expresses vulnerability with quiet strength, it tells a man that she's emotionally available, that she's not building walls or playing games, that she's willing to risk being seen, even if that means being misunderstood or hurt. And that kind of bravery is magnetic. It makes a man feel like he's been given access to something rare and sacred, her true self. That access doesn't come easily, and because of that, it's deeply valued. This kind of vulnerability doesn't mean lacking boundaries or needing constant reassurance. In fact, it often comes from women who are deeply self-aware, who know their worth, and who understand the strength it takes to be real in a world that constantly pressures people to perform. It's the quiet moment when she talks about something that shaped her, the honest look in her eyes when she admits she's scared of being hurt, or the way her voice softens when she shares something close to her heart. Those are the moments that linger. Those are the moments men remember. When vulnerability is combined with confidence, it creates a unique dynamic. She's not seeking validation, she's simply choosing honesty over performance. That makes a man feel like he's connecting with someone grounded, someone emotionally mature, someone who values truth over pretense. It invites him to do the same. It encourages emotional reciprocity, which is essential for any real, lasting connection. When a woman leads with this kind of energy, it creates a relationship dynamic based on openness, mutual respect, and trust, rather than power plays or emotional distance.